is Shika Samuels. If you're new here, you're welcome to So Precious Health Kitchen. You know, someone recently told me, okay, wait first, let me first marry. When I marry, we can start talking about this, getting my body ready for conception thing. Okay, there is a recent research that proves that a woman's nutrition during conception has a higher impact on the baby's birth weight more than her nutrition during pregnancy. There is a lot of meta-analysis research all over, the studies that shows that diet invariably has an impact on sperm quality and on egg quality. And when the sperm is not doing so great, the egg has to make up for the slack. Today's recipe is local, is indigenous, and it's so easy to prepare, and the ingredients are so available and so cheap, but they are unexploited, and a lot of people don't indulge in them, and they are packed with a lot of minerals and vitamins that are focused for egg quality and sperm improvement. If you like this video after watching, which I am so sure you're gonna love, please give us a thumbs up just so that I have an idea of the kind of values you like to watch, okay? And also subscribe so that you'll be the first to get notifications of our mouth-watering delicacies, fertile health videos when they pop up. Okay, right now we need to get cooking. Come join me in the health kitchen.
African breadfruit, or Ukwa in Igbo language, is an edible traditional fruit. It's eaten as a main dish. The seeds are of particular interest because of their high nutritional value. This is a very versatile food with a natural, delicious flavor. It can be roasted, baked, fried, and it can also be prepared as a porridge, as we'll see us do today. 100 grams alone of this provides 7.5 grams of protein, approximately 23% of your recommended amount of daily protein consumption. It's rich in riboflavin, in iron, in niacin, thiamine, iron, and phosphorus. It contains minerals like potassium, copper, iron, magnesium, calcium, zinc, manganese, and phosphorus, and is absolutely low in saturated fat, cholesterol, and sodium. I love it because it's a high amount of vitamin C, and like other tropical fruits. So some of its health benefits includes a good amount of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. These are relatively high amounts, and they are vital for proper development of egg and sperm health. It's also excellent source of potassium, is good for cardiovascular health. This heart-friendly nutrient reduces blood pressure, regulates the heart rate by minimizing the effect of sodium. Little wonder why it's cooked most times with little or no salt. It's resistant against infections. It contains good amount of antioxidants, which helps the body to develop resistance against infectious agents. It's a good source of energy. In fact, for diabetic patients, this is often prescribed because it's high in fiber and inhibits the absorption of glucose from the food that we eat. It aids digestion and the gut function, therefore in the proper functioning of the bowel, and this flushes away toxins from the intestine and the guts. The Uba, as most people commonly call it, from the ethnic group of southern Nigeria, is an alkaline fermented African oil bean, which often comes made in long slices like this. Is one of such not so popular yet essential food. Many foods like this African oil bean is nutrient-packed natural food. They are often underexploited. So our body is available in most local markets and serves both as a delicacy and as a food flavoring agent. It can be found at the local bush markets in most urban towns. You see, because this cookery show is tailored to help you become more aware of nutritional foods that are perfect for your fertility, this home girl is unpopular but packed with loads of essential nutrients and vitamins that are needed for healthy functioning of your body. It's an important and cheap source of protein. But disclaimer, it must be fermented to be safe to use. So what we're using today is already fermented, because the fermentation has been generally observed to improve its nutritional quality, the protein content, the essential amino acid, vitamins, and minerals, are allowed to increase during fermentation. So ensure that you allow that for the one that you'll be using, alright? So let's look at the eggplants. The eggplants are I just have a small chunk here because we're cooking a really small individual serving quantity today. Is a nutrient dense food, meaning that it contains a good amount of vitamin and minerals, and few calories. Also is a high antioxidant, and it helps your blood sugar. It's a highly valued vegetable and constituent of most foods of those that are going for healthy habits. Then the garden eggs, these come in different colors, but today we are using the green. We have the pink, the white, the yellow, the stripes. But it's a very, very vital and cheap way of getting high fiber and valued nutrients into your body. The garden egg is said to represent fertility and blessing. It explains why it's commonly found to be served during wedding ceremonies, across the African continent, because it's rich in dietary fiber, it's rich in copper and vitamin B1, potassium, and these are necessary salts that are, helps to maintain the functioning of the heart and regulates the blood pressure. It's a very good source of vitamin 6, folate, which is very critical for those in active childbearing age, magnesium, and it also contains very vital phytonutrients. It is loaded, I tell you guys. In fact, in the first few weeks of consumption, I make it an essential part of every pregnant mom's daily vegetable consumption, because even its leaves serves as a natural blood tonic in those that are suffering with anemia. It provides women with micronutrients, which helps to improve the blood level. The scent leaf helps with premature ejaculation, seminal health, guys, male fertility. It has some special components which succeed in curing vaginal discharge, also for female fertility. It aids digestion, it helps with conception, it helps to promote faster maturing of eggs, and stimulates the delay of menopause. The oil from the leaves of this also shown to possess antiseptic, antibacterial, and antifungal activities. So I often love, using it in most of my native and local meals. The mushrooms, you guys know, this is the champion white mushroom. The mushroom strengthens your immune system, anti-inflammatory properties. It helps to prevent candida yeast growth in the colon. Okay, and it helps also the sperm performance. Okay, let's look at one of our main sources of protein today, the liver, organ meat. I'm a big fan of organ meat, guys. Especially the liver is one of the best sources of fat-soluble vitamins, folate, vitamin B12, choline, and also contains trace minerals such as zinc and magnesium. And when you compare it with muscle meats like the beef chunk roast or the beef products, other beef products, beef liver actually contains a wider range of nutrients. In fact, when compared ounce by ounce, liver has up to 200 times more vitamin B12 than muscle meat. So these are our main key ingredients for today. Of course, we'll have our peppers. I'm just using one piece of tomatoes, and some onions that we're gonna mine, and of course our broccoli, which is in my set of favorite cruciferous vegetables. Okay, and it contains indole-3 carbonyl, which research has suggested prevents estrogen-driven tumors like endometriosis and fibroids and various cysts, due to its effects on estrogen metabolism. So is a key ingredient in our sauce. Our spices are cinnamon and some sea salt also. So let's get cooking.
Okay guys, so the first step is to prepare our African breadfruit. So I scoop in 1 cup, just 250 ml. I'm cooking a really small quantity, okay, into the pot. You can see the level of the water just about 1 inch above it, and I'm using a cast iron pot, so it should cook a lot faster than normal pots. Okay, so while our breadfruit is boiling, let's start preparing the other ingredients. So I first like to measure up my quantity of salt that I'll be using. I'll be using half teaspoon, 2.5 ml. Okay, so the two seasonings are our salt and our fermented oil bean, also known as the ogiri. So this is the quantity of salt we're using, sea salt, guys. Okay, I'll just put it beside my crayfish because they'll be going in just about the same time. This is my fermented oil bean, also known as ogiri. That's the quantity of seasonings. Those are the seasonings for this local delicacy. Okay, I'll set that aside. Then I'll just chop our vegetables. Get my knife. Okay, a sharp knife is one of the best investments you want to do. You want to have in your kitchen, one of the best kitchen tools. All right, so I'll start with the veggies. We're slicing our vegetables, our garden egg, preparing for the sauce while our breadfruit is heating up. So these are our veggies. Our veggies are going right into our blender. Okay, so that goes in. The next is to prepare our mushroom that would be going into the sauce, not into the blender, but will be going into the sauce with the organ meat just when the food is almost done. So here is our diced liver, our diced mushroom. Next is our pepper and red onions. Okay, so I set in my peppers, into the blender. I just remove the stalks. Then I set in my diced tomato into the blender also. I put in my 1 cup 250 ml. Okay, allow this to blend for about 2 minutes, because I want it coarse. I don't want a fine or smooth texture. This is the texture that you want to achieve to make your sauce with. So 2 minutes on a fast speed blender is just fine. If it's on medium or low, 4-5 minutes is just fine. This is the texture you want to achieve. Let's try it off is to set I'm using my stainless steel small crock pot because I'm making a small portion of this sauce. I just set it on medium to low heat. First goes in our natural red oil and then I let it simmer for a minute. Okay, so once I start hearing that sound, that means my onions is ready to go in. So I put in my diced onions. So right after our onions, this is the pureed green vegetables from our blender. Then I just stir. Okay, once I start seeing that bubble, then I give it another stir. Time to put in my proteins and my spices. This is my So Precious spice mix. It's often in my local dishes. It's a mix of cinnamon, anise, dextrose, cloves, nutmeg, and ginger. This is self-blended DIY. So I just 1 teaspoon of this. Okay, this beautiful mix. Then I stir in the proteins and the vegetables. Our sauce is ready. Have a close look. Awesome. This is the texture you want to achieve with all the right qualities that I prescribed. So let's check on our breadfruit. It looks ready. It already looks mushy. So this is what you want to achieve. You see, you can even check in the pot itself. It has to be mushy and soft. Okay, once you have attained that texture, the mushy texture, then it's good to go, because we're making a soft porridge out of it. With this same quantity of water remaining, you reduce the fire from medium to low, okay, so it doesn't burn up the food. We add our crayfish and scent leaf. At this time, you turn off your fire and your ukwa is ready. No potash was added, no MSG, no artificial coloring, no fertility nasties, just all natural, indigenous, local food containing all the ingredients locked in, cooked with the same quantity of water. Okay, no additional water. And there you go. Let's serve.